Hi, everybody. How's it going? I want to talk about how we, who lived in the 70s, survived some of the probably the worst cases of child abuse out there, and how we never used those situations against our parents. I think maybe we knew better, probably because what happened in these movies never really happened to us, and we wouldn't have made stuff up either. So, anyways, I want to talk about the two examples of movies that come to mind, which were absolutely terrifying. Mommie Dearest, No More Wire Hangers. That one is supposedly a true story written by Christina Crawford, the adopted daughter of Joan Crawford. Now, it is one of these movies you just have to watch. So, anyways, Christina and her brother were left out of the will, and Christina decided to tell her story. I don't know if it's been substantiated because years ago they didn't have video cameras and phones and things that children could record. So this is her word against her mother's, who has been deceased who knows for how long. And the second one is the movie Sybil. Now, Sybil is a story of a woman who has multiple personalities. I don't remember how many. And if you'd watched the movie or read the book, it is about one of the worst cases of sexual torture and abuse I had ever seen in my life. It was so terrifying. Now, I don't know, I was young. I was 7 or 9 years old when this came out, and my mother described in detail how Sybil's mother had sexually violated and tortured her. It stuck with me throughout my childhood. In high school, I was in psychology class, knew this one particular scene was coming up, so I had to leave the room because I was terrified. Such a severe reaction. I had to walk out of the room. Come to find out later, it was a hoax. I'm not going to dive into it, but if you read about it, supposedly Sybil was coached by the doctor who wanted to write a book and wanted to. I don't know. Anyways, in looking back, I've always talked about the fact that I was raised. My dad was an alcoholic and my mom was an authoritarian. She was a disciplinarian. So I grew up Catholic. I was very controlled, disciplined, etc. And I was what you consider a good girl. But my mom never abused us. And so women my age could have taken the story of Mommy Dearest and Sybil and could have said, my mom tortured me or abused me like this, but we didn't. Why? Because we didn't make up stories we didn't tell stories or talk about situations that were not true. And so today, a lot of these sons and daughters that are going out saying they were abused by their parents have no idea what they're talking about and have no leg to stand on. They may have been disciplined, but I guarantee you any child that was abused has had a circumstance in which they were able to tell and talk about eventually. And I'll tell you the truth. I reconnected with a friend that I've known for 50 years. This is someone I spent time with. We hung out at each other's homes. She was considered my best friend in grade school. We went through grade school, I believe, in high school together. She was pregnant in high school. I knew her mom and dad. I was there at her house spending nights. And we recently reconnected. And then, you know what she tells me? She said, yeah, when I was grade school, high school, my dad abused me. He beat the crap out of me. And she said, and I tried to tell a teacher, and my claims were dismissed. And that's why she hated our grade school, because no one believed her. And it took her all of these years to tell me. And so I'm telling you right now, a lot of the stories our sons and daughters are telling are hoaxes and are simply not true. And the best way to combat that is to stay the hell away from anyone that lies about you. Because there is nothing you can do. They will smear your name all over the place and have no qualms doing it. They will take a story they heard from a friend and implement it and claim that that's what you did to them as well. And I'm telling you right now, the last thing you need is to defend yourself against nonsense. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Hoaxes have been around since the beginning of time. What can you do about it? Not a whole lot. Why? Because there's freedom of speech. The only thing you can do is separate yourself from someone who means you harm. And unfortunately, sometimes it's your son or daughter. Sometimes it's both. Sometimes it's half. And there's nothing you can do about it. Hang out with those who know you best, who believe you, and who can state beyond a shadow of a doubt that you would never have touched your children in the manner they're stating, nor have you ever called them names, abused them, put them down, starved them, raised them in an unsafe environment. That's all there is to it. Hang out with people who know you and believe you. To heck with the rest, and that's all there is to it. I hope you have a great day, and I will be back.